There is a specific moment that happens inside almost every organization when they realize their communication capacity has a ceiling. It usually becomes visible during a growth phase. The business is acquiring more clients, handling more inbound requests, managing more relationships, and at some point, a manager or an operations lead looks at the numbers and realizes the team is already at capacity. Adding more people means more hiring, more onboarding, more overhead. But the volume of communication is not going to slow down. It keeps increasing. The ceiling doesn't move unless something structurally changes. That tension is what this video is about. What you're watching right now is an artificial intelligence clone, a digital version of me, Ronald, the founder of Data Wonder. We build artificial intelligence automation systems and voice agents for real businesses, insurance companies, accounting firms, medical clinics, organizations that handle large volumes of routine communication every single day, and where that communication comes with real costs attached. I use artificial intelligence every day, not as an experiment, as infrastructure. Using an artificial intelligence clone to run this channel is consistent with how I actually work. If you're interested in calm, business-focused analysis of how artificial intelligence actually behaves inside organizations, not hype, not tutorials, then consider subscribing. That's what this channel is for. For a long time, communication at scale was a resource problem. If you wanted to reach 1,000 clients or handle 1,000 inbound calls, you needed proportional human capacity. More volume meant more people. That relationship was linear and mostly fixed. You could improve productivity at the margins with better scripts, better training, faster tools, but the underlying constraint stayed the same. Time was the bottleneck, human time specifically. Voice artificial intelligence changes that relationship, not by replacing the quality of communication, but by removing the volume constraint entirely. This is the shift that most organizations have not fully processed yet. They're still thinking about voice artificial intelligence as a replacement for a receptionist or a cheaper alternative to a call center. That framing is too small. It describes the tool, not the transformation. The actual transformation is this: voice artificial intelligence decouples communication volume from headcount. For the first time, a small business can sustain the same outbound communication frequency as a large enterprise. A solo practitioner with a good artificial intelligence system can maintain consistent client contact at a scale that previously required a team. A mid-sized company can handle inbound call volume that would have required significant staff expansion without expanding. That is a structural change, and it reaches much further than most people have considered. Think about what high-volume communication used to signal. It signaled resources. It signaled a large organization with trained staff and operational infrastructure. When a company called you back within minutes, that speed communicated something. When a business sent consistent follow-ups, tracked your situation, remembered where you were in a process, that consistency communicated something. It communicated organizational capacity. It communicated investment. Those signals were proxies for trust. They existed because they were costly to produce. When voice artificial intelligence removes the cost, the signal changes. Now, a two-person accounting firm can follow up with every single prospective client within minutes of first contact. A small medical practice can confirm, remind, reschedule, and follow up on every appointment without a single staff member making a phone call. A one-person insurance broker can maintain the same outreach cadence as a national company with 100 agents. That is what I mean when I say voice artificial intelligence changes who gets to communicate at scale. If you find this analysis useful, a like helps this content reach more people. This is where the second-order effect starts to become visible. And it's worth slowing down on, because most conversations about voice artificial intelligence stop before they get here. When communication frequency no longer reflects organizational size, the businesses that benefit most are not the largest ones. The largest companies already had communication capacity. They had people. They had systems. The constraint didn't hurt them the same way. The businesses where this changes the most are the ones that were previously forced to under-communicate. Small professional services firms where the principal handles everything. Practices where the front desk is already stretched. Operations where follow-up consistently falls through the cracks, not because anyone wants that, but because there's no time. These are the businesses where clients were quietly leaving, where potential clients were not converting because no one followed up fast enough, where existing relationships were eroding, not from bad service, but from invisible neglect. Voice artificial intelligence addresses the invisible neglect problem directly. But here is where organizations tend to misjudge the deployment. The assumption is that automating communication is about efficiency.
We mainly serve surprise menus with classic French and Dutch flavors using fresh local ingredients.
Can I make an appointment?
Absolutely, Ronald.
Doing the same thing with less cost, and efficiency is part of it. But the more important shift is about relationship maintenance at a volume that was previously impossible. A client who receives a consistent, calm, accurate follow-up call, even from an artificial intelligence voice, does not experience neglect. They experience contact. They experience being remembered. In sectors like insurance or healthcare, that experience is significant. These are clients who often feel like they are navigating complex processes alone. Regular contact changes that experience without requiring a human to make every call. The resistance to this, and I encounter it regularly with clients, is almost always emotional rather than analytical. The argument is that clients want to speak to a person, and that argument is partially correct. Clients want meaningful human contact when they have a complex problem, a complaint, or a decision to make. But the majority of inbound and outbound communication in these industries is not any of those things. It is confirmation, reminders, status updates, basic data collection, appointment scheduling, document requests. These interactions are not where the human relationship lives. They are the operational layer underneath it. Voice artificial intelligence handles the operational layer, and by doing so, it protects and frees the human layer. When your team is no longer spending 3 hours of their day confirming appointments and leaving voicemails, those 3 hours exist for something else. For the call that actually requires judgment, for the client who has a complicated situation, for the work that nobody can automate because it requires a human being with context, accountability, and discretion. That is the trade, and organizations that understand the trade get a different outcome than organizations that are simply trying to cut costs. The organizations that treat voice artificial intelligence as a cost-cutting measure tend to underinvest in the deployment. They automate narrowly, they don't maintain the system properly, and they remove too many human touchpoints at once. The result is that clients who needed a human at some point in the process don't get one, and they notice. The organizations that treat voiced artificial intelligence as a capacity expansion measure understand the difference. They automate predictable interactions. They maintain human access to the complex ones, and they use the freed capacity to improve the quality of the interactions that actually matter. The difference in outcome is measurable, and the difference in approach is almost entirely about how the deployment was framed internally. This is consistent with a pattern I see across almost every artificial intelligence initiative that fails inside a company. Technology is rarely the problem. What fails is the clarity of intent. Whether the organization understands what they are actually trying to do and why. Whether ownership is clear, expectations are realistic, and someone is accountable for the result. Voice artificial intelligence that is deployed without that clarity will produce confusion before it produces value. The calls will go out, the system will work, but internally, nobody will know whether to measure success by call volume, by conversion rate, by client satisfaction, or by staff time saved. and without a clear measurement, the initiative drifts. What matters here is not the sophistication of the technology. It is the quality of the decision-making around the technology. Small businesses and professional practices that deploy voice artificial intelligence thoughtfully, starting with a defined use case, measuring a specific outcome, and iterating from there, are often ahead of larger organizations that launched more aggressively and lost clarity somewhere in the process. The voice artificial intelligence itself is not complicated to deploy. The question is always, what problem are you actually solving, for which clients, and how will you know if it's working? That question applies here as much as anywhere else. The communication ceiling that used to constrain small businesses is no longer fixed. The question is not whether to remove it. The question is what you do with the capacity once it's gone. What does this look like in your industry? I'm curious whether you're seeing voice artificial intelligence deployed as a cost tool, a capacity tool, or something else entirely. Leave a comment. The actual use cases are where the most useful patterns tend to appear. If you'd like to explore how voice artificial intelligence could work for your business specifically, you can book a free call with me. The link is right below this video.